Hello everybody, Iain Robson here for an episode of Idaho. Alright, we're gonna have things going on today. If you recall from the previous episode, where were we here? If you recall from the previous episode, I mentioned that we had some silage that need to be dealt with over here because it is in our way at the moment. Let me just walk over here and show you what I'm talking about. If I was talking to Hitman right now, he'd be like, "What did you mean, a boot?" It's funny because he's Canadian too, but he always makes fun of that. There's always jokes with that particular one, or I think it's about. It's the one he says a lot. Anyways, we have the silage right here that we need to get rid of. How much is it? 187,000 liters. It's not too bad. Also, so we'll have to deal with that, and I have something on the way to deal with it. So this guy, I just hired a worker. He's doing his thing at the moment. He's just taking care of this field for us, plowing it under. Let's go take a quick peek at the pH. What's the pH level at? Only 6.7? I'm kind of surprised, actually. They went from, well, I guess I went 2 points up, but that's neutral at the moment. Huh. That's curious. Anyways, I got the front loader. Oh, he's right here. Perfect. He is making his way over here, but he's here now, so might as well take care of this as we speak. So, we're going to go ahead and take care of the silage. So it's going to be about 20 loads, I guess it is. That seems like a lot more than I really want to do. I guess the problem is our conveyor belt, which is what I would normally use in this scenario, is at the other farm, and this is actually quicker than going all the way to the other farm and back, I guess. So we're just going to put it in our system over here. So this one right here is silage, yes. And I think let's just bring up the information just to make sure it does go in there, because I have no idea. Yes, perfect. It's always one of the, it's really weird because, like, I always find, like, whenever I use a front loader like this, it's always kind of curious because it's like, does it work? Is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Like, what's the scenario here? That's at least my opinion. I always find that. So often I'm not sure whether I've used it all up or not, or it's gone in the right place a lot of the time, which is strange because it shouldn't be that way, but maybe they fixed that in 2015. I don't know. Right, so it should be interesting to see what all they implement. I saw Brad M73, I think it is. Can never remember what number is. He did a little post. Like, it's not really a post. He did a little video on discussing the 2015 trailers and having a little chit chat about that. So it's kind of interesting to see what he had to say in relation to that. So I haven't got a chance to watch all of it yet, mind you, because I just haven't got around to it. But I watched a bit of it, and it seemed pretty interesting as to what he had to say. Some of the stuff that I'm kind of excited about in the new one is Forestry doesn't look terrible in the expansion. Why do I keep I don't know why I keep calling it an expansion. Too many years of playing World of Warcraft, I guess, where it wasn't a new game; it was an expansion all the time. Anyways, in 2015. The Forestry seems pretty solid, or a lot more solid than I anticipated, because one of my fears, I should say, was the fact that they were going to make it really what's the word I'm looking for? They were going to make it really cumbersome, I guess is the word I'm looking for, like really slow and tedious to do it. But from what it looks like in the videos, it seems fairly solid. Or as solid as it's going to be, or I don't know. It looks good. Let's just say that, because it, from what it looks like in the trailers, it's not going to be as annoying as it is right now, which is nice because right now, it's not very nice to use it. From what I've actually used a little bit of Forestry when I played a little bit with Northern Warrior a while back. We were trying out Forestry, and I didn't enjoy it that much because it was just a lot of lot of finicky work. So is the word that comes to mind. So it's like you have to, you know, get the log in exactly the perfect place, or else you wouldn't be able to pick it up. You had to drop in the perfect place, and that just creates a lot of frustration, which is not something I enjoy, which is why I haven't really messed around with the forestry mod that much. Even though I think this map actually has the forestry mod in it. I don't know. You can tell how excited I got about it. Not very excited. What I might do is I might do like a little logging series or something in the near future. Just so, you know, like 2 or 3 episodes or something like that. Just because it's something I haven't messed around with a whole lot yet. So it might be interesting to check it out. And I do have a couple maps that would work well on it, I guess. I bet you the whole time, if I were to record that type of video about the forestry, I bet you the whole time I'd be thinking of a Monty Python song called "I'm a Lumberjack." If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look it up. All you need, probably just go to YouTube and search like "I'm a Lumberjack," Lumberjack Monty Python, and you should be able to find it. But whenever I consider, you know, cutting wood in this game, that's the first thing that goes through my mind every single time, which is funny and terrible all at the same time. How much do we have left here? Still a little bit left. Yeah, that's what goes through my head every single time. So it's like, well, should I? And then the song goes through my head, basically. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, definitely go check it out. I think you'll find it comical. There we go. Let's get that. All right. No, I don't want to fill up. Stop. Gotta love this high tip. OEB modding did a pretty good little job on this. Oh my goodness. Stop. Apparently I'm picking up silage from the conveyor belt that's going into my bucket. That's ridiculous. How full is this one over here? I think this one's full, isn't it? 97%. So it might as well be full. Alright. Alright, so I really need to empty this one. That's really my only choice, because to go from where I am right now, which is like right here, this is the field I'd be going to. I'd be going to the BGA, which is quite a trek. Especially when we have these bunkers right here. It's, I don't know if it's worth it or not to go that far. Just to, just to deal with a little bit of silage, or chaff, I guess it would be. I don't know. We'll see. What I will do, though, is let's get this guy out of the way. And let's unload that there. And what we'll do is we'll get these guys started. I don't even know where my forage harvester is. Makes me sad that this happened. Where is my forage harvester? Well, let's get this guy. I don't think I have any tractors down here at all, or down where I want it to be. So let's send this guy. I think my forage harvester is in this. Let's go check. I'm pretty sure it's in here, in this barn over here. So let's go ahead and grab it, and then we'll send this guy back to the other farm. Where is it here? Yeah, it's like stuck behind there. Stuck is the wrong word. It's hidden, maybe. Might have worked a bit better. Gotta love the mobility of this thing. It's amazing. There we go. So let's grab the forage harvester here. And what we'll do is we'll grab the forage harvester, and then we will probably grab this trailer right here, along with the 2870, I think. Would probably be a good team together, at least in my opinion. There we go. Let's hook up the PTO so we don't damage it, because I know NA Modding has that little message saying, please hook up the PTO if you don't want to damage your equipment. Anyways, It's probably true. I've actually seen a lot of people move around or drive around with the PTO not attached, but it's secured, I guess, would be the difference. And let's grab this guy. And let's just... apparently the pickup's still down. Okay, so let's... Is that going to be a good enough turn? Just barely. Alright, so let's move this guy. I'm going to drop this baler in the shed. I could bale that up for straw, but I really don't need the straw at this time. The chaff is a more profitable option for us. Yeah, so with the BGA extension mod, actually, it could be kind of interesting, because you can actually put hay, I believe. Green hay, you can put straw in there, and I think, depending on what you put in there, it does change the amount of energy you produce, which is kind of a cool little additive. Really? Is that really what you're going to do? Maybe if I put the pickup down again. Maybe I need to fold the back part in. Oh, it's probably because there's a bale there. Whatever. It's gonna stay like that, I guess. I thought all the bales were out of it. Apparently not. Alright, so let's get this guy doing the same thing. We'll have him... Oops. Let's hook that up properly. There we go. We'll have him make the same run back to the main farm. Livestock to main. And then we shall continue on our way. So these guys will take a little bit of time. Not too long, but a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll hop back in this guy and continue unloading. Because by the time they get here, this guy should be, or we should be done pretty much. That case is almost done as well, which is excellent. I'm not sure if we're going to put... actually, we could put solid manure there. That would mean we need a solid manure spreader, which we don't have at the moment. And the problem right now is all of our solid manure is at the other farm, so maybe we won't do that. That's a long trek. Particularly because I know I won't be able to do... be able to do the whole field in one load. Just because the way it is, basically. Actually, sometimes it depends on which solid manure spreader you use. Because there are a couple that don't use a lot. For example, the Aguias Tenuis ones don't use a crazy amount. They're actually fairly conservative in the amount of manure they use, which is pretty cool actually, because it allows you to you know, spread fertilize a large quantity of land with relatively small amounts of manure, which is nice. Oops, sorry, that was my coffee cup sticking to my coaster. Yes, I use a coaster on my desk. Because I'm fancy like that. Not really. I got the coasters a long time ago for Christmas, I think it was, maybe, and I just like them because they have fish on them, so... I guess I like fishing. Although I haven't been fishing for a while now, actually. I don't know the reason why. I just have my fishing rod here, and there's lots of lakes and rivers around the area, but just never got around to doing it. Guess I'm recording too many videos. I don't know. Alright. How much more do we have left? Okay. 7 more loads. Not terrible. So that should be just enough time for those 2 tractors to get down here. Which will be good. Alright. It's funny, this thing is, I don't know why, but this thing always seems like tippy. I don't know if it's just the way, like I said before, it's kind of like a tractor, a loader that was meant more for the more realistic mod, and it seems like that's the case, only because the way it reacts and the way it moves, it seems like it was meant for the more realistic mod, as opposed to unrealistic, I guess. When you're not playing with a more realistic mod, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it's funny. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Dirt Hebbers. I'm sure some of you have, or all of you have. I don't know. Anyways, Dirt Hebbers used to play on Duke's modding map a long time ago. I think he called it the Colorado Farm. And one of the things I remember of that series, he used to have an excavator. He had an excavator, and that's what he would use to unload his silage. And it was like, I distinctly remember more than one episode, and the whole episode was him well, not the whole episode, but a good chunk of the episode was him unloading a bunker. And I'm strangely reminded of that now because this episode's turning out to be a lot of unloading this bunker. But these are the reasons why. This is the reason why I use Courseplay, because I could have just walked away from it, but I've had 1 or 2 comments of people saying I don't do enough stuff myself, so every now and then I'll do something myself, then I'll get complaints about that, I'm sure. Can't win. So what I try to do is I try to strike a bit of a balance as best as possible, or as much as I can in order to enjoy myself still. Because at the end of the day, my friends, it is a game, and if we don't enjoy ourselves, it's not fun. Right? Right. I'm glad you agree with me. Alright, so that tractor is here, a 1570. So let's get him set up. So he is here. So that was, what field was that? Field 8, I believe. And it's this one right here that we need. There we go. So what I'll do is, after I finish doing what I'm doing, I'll probably take over using the forage harvester. This guy right here. And let's top him up, because this one doesn't use that much fuel, actually. It's not this one. There are a couple other tractors that we have that use a crazy amount of fuel, but this one's fairly decent. Let's send into fieldwork mode, first waypoints, and no, we don't need combined courses, just the one. There we go. He's gonna sit there. Where's the other guy? Perfect. I don't know if we have a course set up for this guy. For field 8. Maybe we do. Let's just check. I need to put them back into groups. I haven't done it in a while. No. Let's fill this guy up too. Actually, no, I'll do it the other way around. No, I should fill him up first. Because the course I'm going to record does not really pass by this fuel tank at all. I probably should, but it's not going to. Let's just say that. Alright, well, that's filling up. Might as well continue with this. Only got a few more loads to go anyway, so might as well finish up. Yeah, so Dirt Hebbers, there's a couple episodes where he would do this for a good chunk of the episode just because it needed to be done, which is true, right? And he didn't, on that map's an enormous map, and if he didn't do almost everything on camera, he would have to play a crazy amount off camera, which is not what he wants, because that guy records a ton of videos. If you ever follow him on Twitter, if you don't follow him on Twitter, I should say, definitely follow him, because he has said some funny things, I have to admit, and what happens a lot of the time is he'll talk about how he's recording, like he just finished recording like 7 videos or something like that. I don't think I can record that many in a single day. I think the most that I recorded in a single day maybe is 5, but I generally don't do that because I often find that because my job requires me to talk a lot, and this requires me to talk a lot as well, I don't like straining my voice. Although technically I should be talking from my diaphragm if I want to get all fancy and think teacher-like, but the problem with that is that is like an octave higher than it needs to, not an octave higher, that's the wrong word. It's like a volume level higher than it needs to be, because you end up using your diaphragm, which means you talk a lot louder, let's say that. 2 more loads. You end up talking a lot louder, so you don't really need to in a lot of cases, especially in this situation. Like, the microphone's not that far away from my voice. Like, if it was yelling, the microphone would probably be really far away, so I wouldn't yell, but normally you don't need to talk that loudly. So what happens is, if you don't need to talk that loudly, use a different type of... Use your throat, let's say, instead of your diaphragm. Anyways, that's enough of that. Looks like our case is finished, which is excellent. So that pH level should be nice now. And then our case 1570 is over there. He's ready to go as well. That should be one load left. Yes, it is. Perfect. So let's get this guy started. And he turned off, apparently. Alright, so what we're going to do is... let's get... It's funny, this tractor looks really funny when it turns, but I guess this is the way it actually is. It actually turns like this in real life, which really threw me off when I discovered that. I'm like, is this the way that this is the way the tractor's actually made? This is the way it was supposed to work? And a lot of people in the comments were like, yeah, that's the way it was supposed to work, so it really threw me off. Alright, so let's make this... I know I don't want to follow you yet. Let's turn around here. And let's say we're going to start the course right here. I think I did this before, I can't remember. I think I did it with the GMC actually. Alright, so let's take this, take a little bit of a drive around here, and I guess I need to unload this guy anyways, because he's going to be in my way otherwise. Oh well. C'est la vie, I suppose. It's funny, I think that's the first time I've hired a worker in a long time. I don't normally hire workers just because I use Courseplay for a lot of things. Because it's easier to control what they miss and what they don't miss. It's like, for example, that last little tuff right there, underneath the plow. If I had set it to Courseplay, it probably wouldn't have missed that, because I would have set him to do a headland, but whatever. Coffee in the morning's so good. I feel like Caravera76 because he always talks about coffee. Alright, last bucket load. Perfect. And now we can move it over here. So technically I could use this guy here, or this front loader here, but I don't really need to. So now we have a couple options for silage. I could sell this silage now if I needed to, or I could just keep it for when I need to. Let's move him out of the way at the very least. There. And let's hop back to this guy. So I could use it for unloading silage. That's one possibility. Or I could use it for... I don't know why I did that. That seemed really useless. Okay, let's just delete some of those points. I didn't need to turn that way. For some reason, in my mind, I was thinking about... there, that's better. I was thinking about going to fill up for fuel as well, but I don't really need to. I probably will have to at some point, but it's just I will burn more fuel trying to drive past the fuel tank than anything else. Alright, so let's drive this guy right up here. That seems like a good place. And set it to this, and the JF. And let's save this as F8. We'll call it forage unload, I guess. Sure, that works. Alright, so we'll set this guy on his way. Nearest. There we go. And should we put the... oh, this one doesn't have it. I thought this one had a feature where you could add the extensions onto, but I guess it doesn't. I totally thought it did. Oh, there you go. Alright, so we finally got this guy started. It took a lot longer than I expected, which is always the case in this game. Things take longer than you want them to, but it is what it is. But these guys should do a pretty good job here. I need to change this guy because his offset is not correct. And tool offset, there we go. There. Now he should... There you go. Perfect. That's better. I was like, that's not right. The reason why I could tell that is because it missed this little tiny spot right here. So, well. Anyways, folks, that seems like a good place as any to stop. We'll let these guys go a little bit, and I'll probably come back next episode and finish some more of this. But until then, my name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013, coming at you from Idaho. Catch you guys later.